Hello, everyone. Welcome back for another video. I hope everyone's having a great day. Before watching the video, please subscribe and like it. Savannah Chrisley has built her Unlocked podcast into a platform where she can merge heartfelt family moments with candid conversations, and episode 122 proved exactly why fans keep coming back. The episode titled Asking Nanny Faye Questions offered listeners an intimate window into one of the most beloved relationships in the Chrisley family dynamic, between the humor, the occasional tough truth, and the kind of banter that only comes from decades of shared history. Savannah and her grandmother, Nanny Faye, delivered an hour of storytelling, laughter, and raw honesty that felt both familiar and refreshing for those who have followed the Chrisley family since their reality television debut. Nanny Faye has always been a standout. She has a way of blending wisdom and wit in a single sentence, turning even the most mundane topics into memorable moments. Her charm is unfiltered, her humor sharp, and her love for her family unmistakable. In this episode, Savannah decided to flip the script, turning the spotlight fully on her grandmother by asking her a wide range of questions, from the playful to the deeply personal. The result was a mix of hilarious one-liners, surprising revelations, and moments of heartfelt vulnerability. Savannah opened the episode with her trademark warm energy, setting the tone by explaining that she wanted to use the time to really learn from her grandmother. She acknowledged that although they spend a lot of time together, it is not often that she gets to sit down and simply ask questions without the distractions of daily life. This framing gave the episode a cozy, intimate feel, like the audience was eavesdropping on a private conversation between two generations. Savannah's first questions leaned into the fun side of Nanny Faye's personality. She asked about her earliest crushes, the most rebellious thing she did as a teenager, and her favorite memories from raising her children. Nanny's answers were equal parts sweet and cheeky. She recounted a story about sneaking out to a dance when she was young, which drew laughter from both Savannah and the audience. She also admitted to having a mischievous streak in her youth, a detail fans have always suspected, given her quick wit and occasional sly smile. But as the episode went on, Savannah steered the conversation toward more reflective territory. She asked Nanny Faye about the hardest lessons she has learned in life and the moments that shaped her values. Here, the humor gave way to thoughtful reflections. Nanny spoke about the importance of resilience, especially in the face of personal loss and hardship. She talked openly about how her faith had carried her through difficult seasons and how she has always tried to find joy even in dark times. Savannah listened intently, often adding her own observations about how she sees those traits reflected in her grandmother today. One of the most touching parts of the episode came when Savannah asked Nanny Faye what advice she would give to her younger self. Nanny paused for a moment before answering with a mix of gravity and optimism. She said she would tell her younger self to be kinder to herself, to worry less about what other people think, and to spend more time cherishing the small moments. Her words seemed to resonate deeply with Savannah, who admitted that she sometimes struggles with the same pressures and expectations. Savannah's willingness to share her own vulnerabilities in these moments allowed the conversation to flow naturally, bridging the generational gap in a way that felt authentic and relatable. Throughout the episode, fans were reminded of the special chemistry between Savannah and Nanny Faye. Their playful teasing never overshadowed the deeper respect and affection they clearly have for each other. Savannah often poked fun at her grandmother's stubborn streak, while Nanny playfully ribbed Savannah for being a little too focused on her phone or her career at times. These lighthearted jabs only reinforced the authenticity of their bond. It was clear that underneath the humor was a foundation of trust, love, and mutual admiration. The episode also gave Nanny Faye a chance to address her role in the family during challenging times. She spoke candidly about how the past few years have been difficult with Todd and Julie's legal troubles and time in prison. She acknowledged the toll it has taken on the entire family, but particularly on the younger members. Nanny described how she tried to be a steady presence for Savannah, Chase, Grayson, and Chloe, offering both emotional support and practical help whenever she could. Savannah, in turn, expressed gratitude for the way her grandmother has been a constant source of strength, reminding her that family comes first, even when public scrutiny is at its highest. Another highlight came when Savannah asked about the secret to Nanny's enduring sense of humor. Nanny explained that laughter is not just a way to pass the time, but a survival mechanism. She said that finding humor, even in the hardest moments, helps keep perspective and prevents bitterness from taking root. She told stories about times when humor diffused tension or brought the family together after an argument. Her philosophy was simple: life is too short to dwell on the negative, and a good laugh can make even the worst days feel lighter. This philosophy is one fans have seen play out on television and social media for years, but hearing it directly from Nanny herself made it all the more impactful. As the conversation wound down, Savannah shifted to some lighter, rapid-fire questions, asking Nanny about her favorite foods, movies, and bucket list dreams. The answers were a mix of practical and whimsical. Nanny confessed her love for classic Southern dishes, talked about her fondness for old Western films, and surprised Savannah by revealing that she has always wanted to take a hot air balloon ride. Savannah promised they would make that happen, a moment that had listeners imagining the hilarious content such an adventure would surely produce. By the end of the episode, it was clear that asking Nanny Faye questions was not just a fun diversion from Savannah's usual podcast topics. It was an intentional celebration of family heritage and personal connection. It allowed Nanny Faye to share her story in her own words and offered fans a reminder of why she has remained such a beloved figure in the Chrisley family saga. Her blend of humor, honesty, and heart encapsulates the values that have kept the family close even amid public challenges. For Savannah, the episode was a chance to both honor her grandmother and capture a piece of family history in a way that will resonate for years to come. In her closing remarks, Savannah thanked Nanny for her time, wisdom, and patience, joking that she had probably only scratched the surface of the stories still untold. She encouraged listeners to take the time to ask their own loved ones questions, noting that conversations like these can reveal truths and memories that might otherwise be lost. She reflected on how hearing Nanny talk about her life reminded her to slow down and appreciate the present moment, a sentiment that many of her fans echoed in comments after the episode aired. Social media reactions were overwhelmingly positive, with fans praising both Savannah and Nanny for their openness and the warmth of their interaction. Many said the episode made them laugh and cry in equal measure, while others shared that it inspired them to have similar conversations with their own grandparents or older relatives. For longtime followers of the Chrisley family, this episode felt like a return to the heart of what made them so watchable in the first place: the relationships, not the drama. Savannah's Unlocked podcast has often served as a safe space for deeper discussions, whether about her own life, the realities of fame, or broader social topics. But in dedicating an entire episode to her grandmother, she tapped into a universal truth: family stories matter, and they deserve to be heard. Asking Nanny Faye questions was more than just an entertaining hour of audio. It was a living record of a relationship built on shared history, mutual respect, and unconditional love. It showed that even in the fast-paced, often superficial world of reality television and online media, there is still room for genuine connection and meaningful storytelling. For Savannah and Nanny Faye, that connection is the real legacy, one that will outlast headlines and seasons of any television show. And for fans, it was a reminder that sometimes the most important conversations are the ones we have around the kitchen table with the people who know us best. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, America Trends 24, and stay with us.